Hello everyone and welcome to this album review. Now today I'm going over an album which celebrates its 50th anniversary today. It is this album here, Beatles For Sale. So basically in this video I am going to go over all the tracks individually, show you my copy of the vinyl and also give the album a score out of 10. So for me this album here is often overlooked in like the Beatles catalogue. It's one that doesn't get singled out as being one of their best. It's almost forgotten really, but I think that it's a fantastic album. I really like underrated song because they are developing as songwriters. They are moving away from the simple "boy, girl, I love you, you love me" kind of songs. They're advancing a bit at this stage. This was the Beatles' fourth album. It was recorded and written during extensive touring between August and October 1964. It was a follow-up to the completely self-penned "A Hard Day's Night." And they included covers on this album. This like "A Hard Day's Night", all Lennon McCartney songs. Whereas here they reverted back to the arrangement on like "Please Please Me" and with the Beatles, with half their own songs, half other people's songs. And for me, it's the covers on this album here, the covers of other people's songs, which do let it down a little bit. I feel that it would be remembered a bit more like if it was completely like self-written tracks. So this album here was a huge commercial success, as you would expect with the Beatles. It spent 11 weeks at #1 in the UK, and it was released in America because we know Capitol, the record company, like to change their releases about a bit. They released it as Beatles 65, like in America, with an amended track listing. So I won't talk about that one too much because I always just grew up with these British versions. I never really paid too much attention to the American ones, to be honest with you. So I'm now going to show you the vinyl here. This is not original. I kind of regret buying this one now. Again, it was just when I was into vinyl as well. So yeah, you can tell it's got a barcode on it. So I think this one is from the 90s, I think. And there's the inside there. So it's a bifold thing here, very thin, very flimsy. But you have the track listings there and like sleeve notes there, written by, I think it's Derek Taylor, so like the press officer wrote it. And then you have just sleeve here, and it's on Silver Box Parlophone label. So yeah, 90s, late 80s. I'm guessing, but I know they re-released the vinyls back in about 94, I think. Well, I could be wrong, but that's when I think this one probably dates from it. Also, I have the CD here, or one of the CDs here. This is also from the late 80s here, printed in Holland. This was my dad's CD. As it's there, the actual CDs, it's CD is like the CD player. Just the same photos and that you get in the vinyl, the same text and everything, but just in the booklet. And also have this one here from the mono CD set. So really like the printing on this one here. Just look at the printing there. It's much brighter compared to the vinyl released. So again, yeah, complete replica of the original here, because the original label would have looked like that basically there. So that's what the original label would have been like, but I've not got one of those just yet. I'm hoping to get the stereo vinyl box set, which has replicas of the original vinyls in it. But anyway, back on with this album here, going over all the tracks individually. So the first track here is No Reply. This is a fantastic opening song. I go skip straight to the middle eighth, which I think is brilliant. One of the best things they ever recorded, while they were together. It's fantastic. So the favourite of mine from their early career. We then have I'm a Loser, very Bob Dylan influenced song, cause at this stage he was just coming through with his album Freewheelin', he influenced John Lennon massively. So yeah, you can definitely hear how he influenced John Lennon on that track. A great song, but for me not a personal favourite of mine. But for me, it kind of sits in the middle, off the Beatles, that songs. If I was to rank them all, it's still great, but just not outstanding. Same kind of thing with the next song, Babies in Black. This one was the last one to be written by Paul and John eyeball to eyeball, like as Paul McCartney refers to it as, like where they both sat down together and like started to write a song from scratch. Whereas later on, like they would still contribute to like each other's songs, but like one would start off a song, the other would maybe help to finish it. This was the last one to be wrote from start to finish by both of them together. So fantastic harmonies on it, but for me it's just not a favourite track again. We then have a cover here. There are many covers on this album here, like as I said before, it's about half covers. The first one up is Rock and Roll Music. This is a cover of a classic Chuck Berry track. Although the track is under 3 minutes long, it kind of feels longer. I like feel like there's maybe like one too many verses in it. I think it just needs it. Well, I get the impression that it goes on a bit, but yeah, but it doesn't really, because it's about 2.5 minutes long. So that's my only issue with that one. But otherwise, a fantastic cover with great vocals from John. Then have I'll Follow the Sun. This is Paul McCartney. This is a Paul McCartney tune, and is a favourite of mine from the album. And this one, it dates back to like the early 60s, 1960, 1961 kind of time. So like before the Beatles, kind of Quarrymen kind of time. And it's a fantastic song again. And again, it shows maybe like the lack of material they had at about this time, that they had to go back to like the early days and record some of the songs written then. But like I'm very glad they did include to do that one, because it's one of my favourites. Then I have Mr. Moonlight, and for me this is possibly the worst cover the Beatles ever done. Mr. Moonlight. John's vocals are fantastic though, but it's just the song itself is pretty weak, and there's a Hammond organ solo in it. I think it's a Hammond organ. No, it doesn't say that, but I'm sure Paul McCartney plays like a Hammond organ solo in it, which isn't very good, to be honest with you. I mean, that's what I can skip possibly. We then have Kansas City. This is a really solid cover actually. This is probably my favourite cover on the album. Fantastic vocal from Paul. He redid this one on his Russian album, Choba CCP, but this Beatles version is much better. I think this Beatles version is fantastic cover, off a really great song. So now on to side 2. And it opens up with 8 Days a Week, and this was apparently the first song with a fade in. That it fades in, then it fades out again. John Lennon, in 1980, I think, or round about that time, just before his death, he called it lousy. No way, no. I think it's a fantastic song. It was a US #1, brilliant, great pop song with fantastic harmonies from John and Paul on it. We have Words of Love here. This is a cover of a Buddy Holly song, one of my other favourite artists. Good, decent cover, but again very similar to the original. They're not changing it. They're not making it like a Beatles song. They're just doing it like the same style like as Buddy Holly did. Next one is Honey Don't. This is Ringo's track, which he does well. He does this one, I believe John Lennon used to sing this one like the Cavern days and that. But on this album Ringo sings it, and he does a pretty good job of it. And then we get 3 tracks in a row which I think are fantastic. They make this album brilliant, in my opinion. The first one is Every Little Thing. This one was written by Paul but sung by John, a rare occurrence where that happens where one writes it but the other sings it. No idea why, but John Lennon does a good job of that one. Paul McCartney wrote it intending it to be a single, but he says that it later became just like album filler. It's not filler, it's a fantastic song. Ringo uses timpani drums on it. Really, really great arrangement to that one, I think. Well, it could have been a single. We then have I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. This is another favourite of mine, John Lennon. Again, another kind of Bob Dylan influenced track, but it's still shows how capable songwriters they were at this point in time. That that like they were moving away from like the old kind of boy girl I love you kind of love songs, and rather like and like going different places like with their tracks. Also the middle eighth on this one here, fantastic, brilliant harmonies on it, just brilliant. Then I have What You're Doing. This is a Paul McCartney one. Fantastic drum introduction on it. Starts off with a wee drum solo, drum riff if you want to call it that, and it then picks up this guitar, comes in, and like Paul's singing about his relationship with Jane Asher like at the time. A rather pessimistic song for Paul, who is always was always very much seen as like the optimist, like in like the Beatles, always looking like on like the bright side of things. Whereas here he is being quite pessimistic like on like this track. But I think it's a brilliant song, one of the best from like the early period. And the closer is Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, the only George Harrison song on this album, which is strange because he got because he had two on Please Please Me, two on with the Beatles, and like only one on like Hard Day's Night, but like only one of this album here, and it is a cover. It's not a favourite of mine. I think they could have closed with Rock and Roll Music. That would have been a better closer, I think. But it's an okay song. So out of 10, I will probably give this album a 9 out of 10. It's really good. And I have songs like No Reply, I'll Follow the Sun, 8 Days a Week, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, and What You're Doing. They're all brilliant 10 out of 10 tracks. But then you do have like some weaker covers and weaved in there as well. So I'll just say 9 out of 10 for this album here. So happy birthday to it as well. So I'll see you next time then. Bye bye.